fireworks on GB News and Sir Keir Starmer right in the firing line in a blistering attack turn left. Media's Ben Mlan goes full throttle, calling the Prime Minister a morally corrupt serial liar, accusing him of smashing every promise he ever made. Millen ridicules Starmer's famous 10 pledges, saying, "For Starmer, pledge isn't a promise, it's a cleaning product, because the moment he took power, every single one vanished." And this comes as his government is accused of hypocrisy, banning 16 and 17-year-olds from party roles while claiming they're mature enough to pay tax, join the army and even vote. "I voted for Starmer in 2020, Millen says, because he promised to be Jeremy Corbyn in a suit, but the second he became leader, every promise was gone. All of them." Then say the clash shifts to immigration and Starmer's decision to scrap the Rwanda plan.
Subscribe to the channel, like, and write your opinion in the comment.
Critics argue it could have worked. It could have saved money. Mlan fires back with a vision of Britain that protects refugees, quoting Ronald Reagan's famous defence of immigration as a cornerstone of freedom. But the real explosion, Michelle du Barry was face-to-face with Labour veteran Bill Rammell. Michelle goes in hard. "If public safety really mattered, you wouldn't put these men in communities, risking women and children's safety." Rammell pushes back, but Michelle isn't having it. 50,000 people a year, Bill, and you're acting like it's nothing. The tension peaks. Michelle dismantles his defence, and the veteran politician is left speechless. 2 battles, 1 night, and a GB News studio that may never be the same again. Watch it now. Don't just hear about it. See it for yourself. Like, comment, and subscribe for the showdowns others won't dare broadcast.
Starmer. He made the pledges. As soon as he was elected leader of the Labour Party, everything switched and he started listening to Morgan McSweeney. He broke all of his promises. I've probably disliked Keir Starmer, and the left more generally in this country has probably disliked Keir Starmer for a lot longer than people have been paying attention to his dishonesty in terms of his overall dishonesty. As to the 18, 16-year-old thing, of course it's hypocrisy. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Like,
it's hard to defend, isn't it? It's quite hard to defend it. I mean, realistic, it's quite hard to defend it, I think. That's the kind of the problem he's got here. Danny, I guess one of the problems people have is that Labour, before the election, sort of sold themselves to the country as they held the Tories' feet over the fire for anything they had done wrong, and they said, we'll be better, we're greater than good, and it's come out. I mean, within the first few weeks of their government, it was getting like this. Now we're over a year in, and it feels like it's just one hypocrisy after another, eh?
Do you know what? I can't think of a politician who is more loathed than Keir Starmer. And I go back to, like, Maggie Thatcher, and she was loathed. I go back to Boris Johnson, and because of the referendum, he was loathed. Yeah. But it's incredible to hear left-wingers, like my new friend Ben here, who dislikes him so much, he's prepared to come on national telly and call him morally corrupt, or words to that effect, Ben. And in fact, I think you said a liar. Yes. Yeah, which you would never get, really, with the Johnson era or the Thatcher era. Supporters were supporters. It was tribal. But it seems to have split the tribe, Keir Starmer. And he is loathed by so many people. He's come on, like, he should not have said, I'm going to smash the gangs. You know, he called Rwanda a gimmick. Now, we may have differing views about immigration and lads coming over on dinghies, Ben and I, but you should have allowed the planes to take off to see if it was a gimmick or not. There are people, how much does it cost the British taxpayer for these lads? Mostly lads...
Thousands of pounds.
Millions a day.
6 million, I think the hotels are a day.
OK, if Rwanda had been a relative success, you make that back. It's like being in business. You invest 50k to make 60k. You invest 60k to make 70k. You invest a lot of money in Rwanda, hoping that it pays off, and then you make that money back because the kids ain't coming over on the dinghies.
I think, Ben, the thing about hypocrisy is this, is that British people elect politicians on the basis that they're going to do the job they promised that they've done and all going to do, right? And I think time and time again, when you see things like this, where they say, we're going to have votes 16 because we're told the public everyone's responsible responsible, right? All these young lads and young girls are responsible enough to vote, but actually they can't be part of the Labour Party, they can't be an official, and they can't stand for office. I mean, it stinks, doesn't it, to people? It stinks.
It's obvious hypocrisy. I think one of the problems with Keir Starmer's approach to the whole migration thing, and of course we're going to disagree on this, is that that there are cases you can make that are appealing to the right, that are honest, I think, to do with migration. For example, in his final speech as US President, Ronald Reagan made the case that the US was the custodians of not just the freedom of America, but the custodians of the freedom of the entire world because of the way that they accepted refugees, because of the way they accepted asylum seekers, because of the way that they accepted immigrants in general into their melting pot of a country. It was part of American freedom. That's the sort of image that I want Britain to have. I want to see Britain, I want to see figures like Jeremy Corbyn, Zach Polanski and Zara Sultana standing up for the rights of refugees in a way that's strong, and I just haven't seen from Keir Starmer.
Stay tuned for more. A blazing on-air clash erupted on GB News as presenter Michelle Dewberry tore into Labour stalwart Bill Rammell, shredding his claim that the government is putting public safety first. Tensions escalated when Rammell doubled down, insisting with a straight face that the government has a responsibility for public safety, a line that sent the studio into overdrive. But Michelle shut him down with brutal precision, dismantling his argument and leaving him unable to defend himself, as if he had never seen it coming. Watch the clip.
If you